Hello, it's your favorite sports Unc here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the fastest growing community on YouTube. Remember, Nightcap doesn't happen without you. So please subscribe or you're going to make Ocho cry. Bucky asked Shedeur about the draft process so far, also about what he's essentially been a smear campaign against him. His answer is what you expect from Time's son. It's definitely a learning experience. There are a lot of things that aren't in your control, and just getting the knowledge from your dad and your just coach, family, friends, and everybody you know that's supporting me and helping me through this process is extremely important, and I'm thankful that I have those resources. We always understood, block out the noise, even from Jackson State and Colorado. It's a lot of critics, it's a lot of hate, but we know what to do. We know how to handle that in every way, so we remain happy. What do you take away from what Shedeur spoke to Bucky Brooks about today?
Prime has prepared Shedeur for this day for a very long time, huh? And he had the right person in his corner who also had to endure the same type of negativity in general from the media, based on his style of play, the way he approached the game, things that had nothing to do with his play, would always use it against him. Shedeur understands that. He should understand that, because everything they talk about has nothing to do with the game of football. It had nothing to do with what he was able to do at Jackson State. It doesn't talk about him winning at Jackson State. It doesn't talk about him winning at Colorado, despite the obstacles he had to overcome, despite having, inadequate play at the O-line, still being able to complete 70% of his passes. They don't talk about none of that. We talk about the way an individual carries himself, his swag, the way he talks. Not about being in trouble. Nothing is talking about that. Ridiculous stuff. Oh, showing off the watch. I mean, so what? It's all about having confidence. It's all about having belief. That's what it takes to play at the next level and be successful. The fact that they're using that as a negative says more about them than it does Shedeur. And I hope he never changes.
True.
And he continues to have success in all that he does. Wherever he goes, you want to get a player like that that's going to change your franchise around. When someone comes out and says, I want someone to draft me that wants a player that's going to change their franchise. That's something you want in a quarterback. I know it's frowned upon a little bit to have one that's as brash and as vocal as that. But if you look at the film, you turn the film on, you know what you get. It shouldn't be no problems at all.
Yeah. I'm sure Time prepared him for this. His dad prepared him for this. He's been at this. His dad has been at this for a very long time. He's been in the spotlight since his days at Florida State. So he understands that there's a certain level of criticism that comes along with being the guy, with being a good, great football player. He understands that. Also, it comes along with being a quarterback. And the objective is, I think the thing is, Ocho, a lot of times they try to tell you what you can't do, but they never want to emphasize what you can do. Bring me a guy and tell me what can he do? Because I'm going to keep him away from what he can't do. That's my job as a coach, is to not put him in a situation where he can't succeed. Okay, you said he's not good. He's not good on read option. Okay, why would I run the zone read if that's not what he's good at? I'm trying to put my players in a situation where they can succeed. That's what a coach's job is to put a guy in a position where he can succeed and get more out of him than the player thought he can get out of himself.
Yeah.
It's going to be this. I'm glad that he's doing a great job, as good a job, but he's not a robot, Ocho. He sees this thing. I mean, he's on social media. He hears these things. He's not a robot. He has feelings. He has emotions. And so no matter how much you're like, oh, no, eventually, you hear it. You hear all the negativity that what they're saying.
Man.
It doesn't make it any easier. Now, your dad can tell you like, hey, son, this is blah, 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 but it doesn't make it easier, Ocho. I ain't trying to hear that. This is supposed to be one of the, look, if Shedeur is what we think he is and can become the player that we think he can, all that noise, that's all it is. It's just noise. It should have no impact. What somebody says about you And his dad says, what you say about me is not what I think of myself.
Absolutely. I just hope he has the mental fortitude not to let it bother him. The fact that he's already been through it for so long and he has Prime as his father, I don't think it will. Because a lot of people, when it comes to the media and the media jumps on you and they talk about you, sometimes it gets to certain people. But I think Shedeur is built different. Prime has been built different. So I think he has a great understanding to ignore it, to block the noise out. And when his time comes in April, wherever he goes, he shows up and shows the you-know-what out.
This episode of Nightcap is brought to you by Cologuard, a non-invasive colon cancer screening test. Did you know colon cancer is considered one of the most preventable yet least prevented cancers? When caught in the early stages, colon cancer has a survival rate of 90%. So screening and early detections are key to reducing overall colon cancer deaths. That's why the American Cancer Society recommends that if you're at average risk, you begin screening for colon cancer at age 45. And a convenient way to do that is with Cologuard test. The Cologuard test allows you to be in control of your colon cancer screening through prescription-based tests delivered to your door with none of the prep that's required for a colonoscopy. No liquid prep, no days off, no invasive procedures. Plus, Cologuard test is affordable. Most insured patients pay $0, and a follow-up colonoscopy is needed after a positive Cologuard test. This is usually covered by insurance also. So if you're 45 years of older and at average risk, you can ask your healthcare provider about screening for colon cancer with the Cologuard test. You can also request a Cologuard prescription today at Cologuard.com/podcast. The Cologuard test is intended to screen adults 45 and older at average risk for colorectal cancer. Do not use Cologuard test if you have had adenemas, have inflammatory bowel disease, and certain hereditary syndromes, or personal or family history of colorectal cancer. The Cologuard test is not a replacement for colonoscopies. High-risk patients' Cologuard test in adults 45 to 49 is estimated based on a large clinical study of patients 50 and older. False positives and false negatives can occur. Cologuard is available by prescription only.
I'm excited
Ocho.
for him, man.
Look at that. Hey, Chad, remember
back.
I told y'all I had that right there?
Back.
That's the original. That's the OG, like Triple OG Bun B. That's the Triple OG iPod.
That's live.
That's the number 2 version. This one holds 10,000 songs. This one holds 1,000 songs. Y'all remember the iPod Touch?
Damn.
And check this out.
That stuff might be worth something because it looks like you got you.
Don't worry about it. It might be. I mean, guess what? It's supposed to be worth something with this plus 5,200.
Wait, come again?
It's supposed to be this plus 5,200.
All your stuff is in good condition, like mint condition. You could probably get a good price for it.
Look at this, OG. You know what this is, Ocho?
That's the iPhone 9.
No, that's the original one.
I thought it started with number 9. Or am I tripping?
Man, it started with number 1.
Did?
The hell you talking about now? Y'all remember that?
That's crazy. Hey, you know what you do? Put saran wrap back in it and pretend like it's brand new.
No, I ain't getting rid of it.
You know how much
it ain't never
you know how much money you can get for that? The original iPhone?
I mean, somebody probably give me like $5,000 for it because it's the original.
I know. Hey.
It ain't never been active. It ain't never been turned on. It ain't never had no phone number.
How much you said they can give you for it?
Probably about $5,000.
You go ahead and sell that one. I owe you $200.
No, they ain't got to do it. Yours. It's mine. You remember the Samsung? Ocho?
Samsung. That's a Droid. I ain't never had no
Samsung
Android.
phone. Look at it.
Yeah, I ain't never had no Droid.
That's the Galaxy Note right there. Oh, Galaxy
hey, listen,
Note.
I'll tell you one thing. You ever text me and it turn green, I'm going to block you. Yeah, I'm going to block you.
I got a little stuff. I got to show you all my phone. I got about 17, 18 phones.
Damn.
Yeah, because I keep them.
Damn,
I keep
boy,
them.
Boy, you got...
DK Metcalf spoke to Marshawn Lynch about leaving Seattle and to play for the Steelers. The grass is greener on the other side. Hey. Ocho, considering the Steelers doesn't have a quarterback, how can he be so sure that the grass is greener on the other side?
I'm not sure, but my grandma always said the grass is green on the other side, depending on who's watering it. So now you got to hold on. Now people gonna hold on to that clip. Now they're gonna go back to that clip. Now it don't matter who the quarterback is. Now, there are two different type of receivers. There are receivers that need a quarterback to elevate their play, and their receivers, it doesn't matter who's that quarterback, their play will always remain at the highest level.
Right.
So now you get to show us which one you are, Brother DK. You know, I love you to death. I love you to death, and I hope what you say is right. The grass being greener on the other side.
And a whole lot of wide receivers that can play through bad quarterbacks. DeAndre Hopkins might be the best one I've ever seen.
Quarterback carousel out this world. And then nothing changed. Not an ounce of production.
Case Keenum, Hoyer, Brock Osweiler. Obviously, he had Deshaun for that great stretch, and he and Deshaun was great, but it didn't matter the quarterback. D-Hop put up those numbers.
Unbelievable.
And so we're gonna find out, like you said, Ocho. We're gonna find out if DK, if what he said that the grass is greener. Because look, I think the thing is, you get upset, you spend time there, you ask for a contract, they won't give it to you, but you had to go somewhere else and get it. But they traded. I don't get the trade. I don't get trading Sam Darnold because I don't believe Sam Darnold is a better quarterback than Geno Smith. That's just me personally. And then you trade Geno, you cut Lockett, you trade DK. Now you bring in, and granted, I think it's the same coach that called plays. I think Clint Kubiak is the OC. He was in his ear in Minnesota, Ocho. I know Clint when he was about this big. His dad was my quarterback, and he's also my offensive coordinator, Gary Kubiak. But the decision that they made in Seattle, it didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But guess what, Ocho? It don't need to make sense to me. It just needs to make sense to them.
Damn, man. Listen. I'm hoping it work out, and I'm thinking it is going to work out. I like the dynamic duo. I like DK and George Pickens. Two of my favorite crash out receivers.
Well, you know what's going to happen if they don't get the ball.
Oh, they're gonna get it. They're gonna get it. Arthur Smith gonna make sure they get it. They're gonna make sure they.
From who?
I don't listen.
Well, why did he make sure George Pickens get the ball last year?
Hey, man, listen. You know they rolling coverage to him. Now it's a different ball game. Now it's a different ball game.
Okay, I hope you're right. I sure hope you're right.